Alright, so today's challenge is a donation request from Frozen USB, and it is Black Ops 1 Nacht Untoten round 50, but I have to wear this stupid mask that I have. I've done this in a couple different videos now where I have to wear this mask. Basically, it's become a joke in the Discord, and people just think it's funny when I wear it when I have to play. And also, for the people who saw my last video and heard me say that I've been having problems with my games on PC with them stuttering a lot, well, I was able to sort of fix it for Black Ops 1. It still does it a lot. It's just harder to see in the recording. When I was actually playing, it was a lot easier to see. But if you see my game kind of lagging or just dropping FPS every now and then, just know it's not the recording messing up or anything. It's just my game, and just believe me, it was very annoying to play this with the game doing that, especially having to deal with it on a map where the only perk is Mule Kick. So basically, this challenge is just get to round 50 on a map that I've played 3 to 4 times in my entire life while my game is lagging and I can't see or breathe well because of the mask. So it's safe to say this is going to be a very hard challenge to complete. So I started this game off by opening the stairs to the box room since I plan on training in the spawn room since it's the best spot to train on this version of Nacht, and I have a lot of experience training there on the World at War version of Nacht. And for anyone who doesn't know the differences of the two versions, I'll explain some of the biggest ones. Firstly, in World at War, there's only 24 zombies in solo, so that makes things a lot easier. Also, the zombie AI is very weird and makes it so you can just walk straight past zombies without getting hit, or even prone and crawl straight through hordes of zombies sometimes. And the weapons in World at War are obviously different, with its best weapon being the flamethrower, and then on this version you have the thunder gun as the best weapon, which just makes this version at least playable since there's a normal amount of zombies and just normal zombie AI. But I play these early rounds pretty similar to how I would on World at War, just buying a Thompson, building up points, but then I buy Mule Kick because I preferably want the ray gun, thunder gun, monkey bombs, and if I get a good gun, like a good movement speed gun, then I'll just keep that. But if I don't get like a good mobility gun, then I'll just keep the Thompson. Surprisingly, my box luck was really good with me getting monkeys on round 6, then just 1 round later I got the thunder gun, and I was super surprised because the few times I have played this version of Nacht, the box has never really been super nice to me, but after I got those two from the box, all I really needed was the ray gun and I'd be happy. But the box wasn't being nice anymore because I was putting all my points in these next couple rounds into the box and getting a couple good guns but never the ray gun, so I just ended up playing in the box room for a while, and eventually I got the dual wield CZ75s, and I just picked them up because they're one of the fastest mobility guns in the game, and I just like how they look in the character's hands, so I just wanted to keep them. At round 12, I wasn't too confident in staying in the box room anymore, so I went to the spawn room even though I didn't have the ray gun, and I was just going to go back to the box after playing a couple rounds in here so I could hit it safely. And to be honest, one of the reasons I didn't want to stay in the box room was because it's a lot darker in that room than it is in the spawn room, and with the mask on, it was actually kind of hard to see in there, and I didn't want to die on a game where I got the thunder gun super early. So I just went to spawn to play. And at the end of round 13, I went to hit the box, and after using almost all my points and not getting the ray gun, I just killed the last zombie and went back to spawn to play a couple more rounds to get some points. And things almost went horribly wrong on round 14. Luckily, I had the thunder gun ready to get me out of that corner. And right after that, on round 15, things almost went bad once again, with me getting pushed into the mule kick corner. Once again, I had the thunder gun ready, so nothing went too bad, but it's still a scary situation even when I have the thunder gun since it can blank shot, something that I know very, very well.
Because, bro, I get like really bad constipation, so I have to every like week.
No, it's a thunder gun fail!
What did you even say just now?
I got a thunder gun fail!
A what?
My thunder gun fail shot.
That's a thing?
Yes, oh my god. And that is another very annoying thing about BO1 as a whole, but it's especially annoying on this map since a blank shot like that basically means you're probably just going to die since you don't have any other good gun unless it's the ray gun, but that has splash damage, and there's no jug to like tank some hits while you either reload or like can shoot a second shot to save you, so you're probably just going to die. And also, just so you know, I wasn't joking about only playing this map a couple times. That round 26 game that I just showed was from a couple weeks ago, and it's actually the highest round I've ever gotten on this map. It was from a stream just a couple weeks ago of me trying this challenge. So yeah, that just shows you that I literally have barely ever played this version of Nacht. At the end of round 15, after a couple hits of the box, I finally got the ray gun and can start my strategy of just training in the spawn room and kind of just spamming the ray gun as small groups of zombies and then using the thunder gun when I get a full horde to try and conserve some ammo, since I wasn't keeping much track of my drop cycle right now and the thunder gun doesn't give drops on BO1. And right here, I'll show my full training strategy of how I was getting full hordes together to thunder gun them. And to be honest, it seems kind of scary trying to train in here with no perks, but once you actually start training in here, it really isn't that bad at all. This area is decently wide open, and I didn't really have too many moments of things going wrong, but I guess I've also played an absurd amount of Bus Depot, so I'm probably just used to training with no perks by now, and since I have the Thunder Gun on this map, it's significantly easier than Bus Depot, so I honestly found it pretty easy to train in here. Later on round 17, I got an insta-kill and max ammo, and after this, I started trying to track my drop cycle, because it is pretty important on a map like this, since the Thunder Gun can't spawn power-ups on BO1. You want to make sure when you know your next max ammo is, so you can try and get it when you get down to like 2 shots left in the Thunder Gun. And then on round 18, while killing the last group of zombies of the round, I got a double points, and so later on round 19, when I got another double points, I knew that my drop cycle had reset, so I could start using my Thunder Gun ammo pretty carelessly, and then just go for power-ups once the Thunder Gun gets low on ammo. And the nuke I got with the double points ended up actually ending round 19 to take me on to round 20 on my first game of this map in like weeks. And I was really surprised I was able to do that because, I mean, usually I just get bad RNG and die an early death. And also my game was just lagging like this. I know you can't see it that well in the recording, but believe me, when I was playing, it was very noticeable. But for the most part, after round 20, I was doing good and wasn't running into many problems. But on round 22, when I was down to 6 shots left with my Thunder Gun, I killed a horde with the ray gun and got a max ammo, which actually isn't really good because usually you want to wait until you have 2 shots left to go for the max ammo to get the most out of it. But since I'm still in a lower round, it doesn't matter too much, so I just threw a couple monkeys, shot a couple zombies, and then just grabbed the max ammo. A while later, I killed the last zombie of round 24 to go on to 25 and be only 1 round away from my highest round ever on this map on my first try of this challenge since the stream weeks ago. But I was only able to do 1 attempt that day anyway, so I barely got any practice, and pretty much nothing happened on round 25. I just trained, killed full hordes with Thunder Gun, ended the round with the Ray Gun to go on to 26. And then on round 26, I got pushed back to the mule kick corner, which isn't too scary because I do have the Thunder Gun, but like I showed earlier, it can blank shot, and if that happens back here, I'm pretty much just going to die. Like, there's nothing I can really do. And also, after that shot, I was down to only 3 bullets left in the Thunder Gun, so I started using the ray gun to try and get a max ammo. And while killing zombies to try and get a max ammo, I ended round 26 and was at a new highest round for this map for me, which was great, but I still only had 3 Thunder Gun shots left, and if I ran out of Thunder Gun ammo and Ray Gun ammo, then I would have to resort to either doing box trades for the Ray Gun and Thunder Gun, or just grabbing the Thompson and using it until I can get a max ammo by killing with it, which would just be super slow and really annoying, and could honestly just maybe end up getting me killed when I try and buy ammo in that little room if there's respawning zombies. But luckily, pretty early into round 27, I got a nuke and an insta-kill from a horde that I killed. And then from that insta-kill, I end up getting a carpenter, which sucks because carpenters are just completely useless. But it also sucks because that's my 3rd drop of the round, and you can only get 4 per round. So that means if my next drop isn't a max ammo, then I have to just do the rest of the round with only the ray gun and no thunder gun. But as it turned out, I left pretty much no zombies of the round, so after that, I just pretty much killed the last one. And then very early into 28, while killing a horde with the ray gun, I got the max ammo that I desperately needed, and along with it, I got an insta-kill, and since I had an insta-kill last round, I knew my drop cycle was reset, which was absolutely perfect, because that means I can just start using the thunder gun on full hordes, and not even have to bother with the ray gun for now. And when I had thunder gun ammo, I wasn't too worried about anything really going wrong, since I had gotten pretty confident about training in this area. About a minute later, I finished round 28 with the ray gun to go into round 29, and I really wanted to get to 30 because I honestly didn't expect myself to get to 50 like at all, because I literally never even gotten close to 50 on this map playing normally, so I highly doubt I was going to right now. But I really wanted to get to at least round 30 minimum. And round 29 started off fine since I have a lot of Thunder Gun ammo, but went wrong pretty quickly when I got pushed into the mule kit corner, which happened probably like 20 times so far this game, but it just scared me every time because of the chance of a blank shot. And right after that, I got hit once while going to get the horde together and was terrified that I was going to die, but I managed to not get hit again and was fine. but I wasn't fine for too long since I got pushed into the meal kit corner once again just a little bit later and thankfully didn't get a blank shot and ended up fine. Then killed the last few zombies around 29 with the ray gun and finally hit round 30, which is my first round 30 ever on this version of the map, so I was very happy to get that. But round 30 got off to a scary start with me almost getting trapped and shooting Thundergun, and I honestly think I could have gotten out of that without shooting it, but I just didn't want to risk it. And then right after that, I got stuck in this little corner here and got hit once, but was able to run into the meal kit corner and then shoot the Thundergun and just get out of there safely. And now, once again, I'm going to show my training strategy. Again, since the spawns are a lot faster than they were last time when I showed off the strat, but it stayed relatively the same, but it's actually just easier now since the zombies just get to me quicker and it just makes the horde up a lot easier. But I basically just keep the barrier close to me, board it up when I can, and then I just run around the pillars until I have the horde. Then I just thundergun them and repeat that until I'm low on ammo, then I have to use the ray gun instead of the thundergun. And right after that, while trying to get a max ammo, I got a very nice carpenter, which was just so insanely helpful. And then a little bit later, I got a nuke, which is usually helpful, but I got it when the round was basically over, so it didn't really get much use at all. And then on the first horde of round 32, I ended up getting a max ammo and an insta-kill when I was getting pretty low on ray gun ammo as well, so it was very good timing, and the insta-kill helps get through a good chunk of the round. And then while using the insta-kill, I got a nuke, and since I had just gotten a nuke, I knew that my drop cycle was reset, which is perfect since I just got a max ammo, so I know it's reset for next time. But also, from that nuke, I could see the green glow of another power-up through the ceiling above me, so I decided to toss a monkey and went up there and saw that it was actually an insta-kill. So it was really lucky that I noticed that drop glow, because that insta-kill helps a lot, just get me through the round safer and faster, and it's one less drop left in my cycle, so I can get a max ammo later when I'm low on Thundergun ammo. And on round 33, I had what is probably the closest moment of the entire game where I just barely got through this little gap next to the stairs without getting hit twice. Then at the end of round 33, while killing the last two zombies, I got a max ammo, which kinda sucks since I still had a lot of my Thundergun ammo left, and now I need to reset my drop cycle once again if I want to get a max ammo next time I'm low on Thundergun ammo. And then I had another scary moment where I got hit while running in this little area and somehow didn't get hit a second time, and ran around them, then just Thundergun the whole horde. On round 35, while doing this horde up, it almost went horribly wrong. I had to jump through this little gap that I just barely made it through. And then right after that, I jumped through another gap that I could have easily gotten trapped in. Then finally, I jumped through the wall and this zombie and made it through all of those gaps without getting hit once. I don't know how I managed to do that. And a little bit later, two zombies that came out of the barrier next to me blocked me, and I had to shoot the Thundergun, which is why I would always try to board that one window up, but sometimes I just couldn't because some just spawn at weird times, and it's just annoying to try and get that boarded up. On round 36, I got pushed into the meal kit corner for like the 100th time this game, and had to shoot the Thundergun once again, except this time, that shot got me down to only 2 shots left. And so, obviously, I had to start using the ray gun to try and get a max ammo since I was down only 2 shots now, and I pretty quickly got a carpenter, and I wish you just could have seen the pure disappointment on my face when I saw the glow of a power-up, got excited, and then it just turned out to be a carpenter. But I ended up fine because not long after that, I got a nuke and a max ammo from a horde, so my drop cycle tracking skills were apparently pretty good, even though I was just trying to remember it and wasn't actually writing it down or doing anything like that, because I just didn't really want to. I didn't want to care enough to actually write it down or anything like that. I've never done that before, so I wasn't gonna bother with it. And from the nuke, I got an insta-kill, which got me through the rest of the round and then on to round 37. And unfortunately for me, on round 37, I just wasn't quite able to jump past this one singular zombie that was in front of me. And I got stuck on him and didn't have my Thundergun ready because I thought I would be able to just jump past him because I had done things like that pretty much this entire game. And so, yeah, I was pretty sad that I died, but I beat my own PB by 11 rounds, so I was pretty happy anyway, and it also just felt amazing to take off this stupid mask because I was dying in that thing. I could barely breathe. So, yeah, I was happy with that. And I know you're thinking, why don't you try again? You technically only gave it one attempt. Well, the game is just stuttering like crazy. I'm dying in that mask. If the circumstances were different, I would have, but my game is stuttering like crazy. This map is just an RNG fest of trying to get the guns. So, all things considered, I just really did not want to play again. Like I said, I had already tried this on stream a while back, and even if I did try it again, I honestly am not confident I would have gotten past around 37 anyway. I barely expected myself to get to around 30 just playing this. So, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.